Right, we're coming up to the local elections. Your party's faced a lot of problems over anti-Semitism, and this was something that you yourself warned about back last autumn when you said, no more jam tomorrow, I want some hard actions to be taken about this. Have you seen hard actions, and are you satisfied with what's going on?
Well, Jeremy's been quite clear there's no place for anti-Semitism in our party, but I've been a little frustrated that we haven't moved forward on the Chakrabarti report as fast as I would have liked to have seen. But Jenny Formby, our new General Secretary, has made it her #1 priority, and we need to make sure that the full Chakrabarti report is implemented and that we have an absolute zero tolerance, because, Andrew, it can't be right when people see on social media, and it's not just in the Labour Party but across the board, anti-Semitic rhetoric, and they see no action taken, or that action is far too slow. We've got to make sure procedures not only protect those that are, allegations are made, but enforce that people's right to live in a country where they're free from racism or anti-Semitism.
Absolutely right. And you say Jeremy Corbyn has said that there's no place in the Labour Party for this kind of thing. So let me ask you about Thangam Debonair, your colleague from Bristol West, who attended the protest against anti-Semitism outside the House of Commons, went back to talk to her party in Bristol West about it. She was shouted down and she was hounded out of that meeting. Surely she was treated disgracefully.
Well, I wasn't at the meeting, Andrew, but what I can tell you is Thangam is an absolute credit to the Labour Party and has actually been working with me as the opposition whip to ensure that we hold the government to account for the bursaries cuts, that we'll have a vote on that in Parliament very soon, which is very important to people across the UK. So Thangam's doing a fantastic job. She shouldn't be hounded out of any meeting. We have debates in the Labour Party, that's quite fine, but she's absolutely right to be able to protest, and Jeremy's made that clear as well.
He's made that clear, but I wasn't at that meeting either, but I was able to read the motion that was put to that meeting, and it talking about anti-Semitism, when people see inequality, ecological disaster and war alongside the accumulation of unprecedented wealth in the private hands of a few, it's reasonable that they seek out explanations. What does that mean if it's not a grotesquely anti-Semitic trope?
Well, again, I didn't write that motion. I would potentially see some of the issues with that is the inequality that's growing in the UK and people's focus on feeling quite annoyed about that and wanting to do something about it in a broader sense. I mean, I wasn't the person that wrote the motion, but let's be absolutely clear that there's no place for anti-Semitism in the party, but there is a place for fantastic local MPs like Thangam Debonair, who's getting on with the job of protecting the most vulnerable in society.
And she was shouted down in her own party meeting when that kind of motion was put to her. Do you think Bristol West Labour Party should be suspended by Jeremy Corbyn because it's doing exactly what he said shouldn't happen?
Well, Bristol West Labour Party, I was over in the southwest just this week talking about children's centres closures that the local council have implemented and the cuts they've received from central government. I think actually what they need to concentrate on is highlighting the devastating effects on our communities of this Tory-led government on our local councils.